Blades, we welcome you as we look ahead with some trepidation to Sheffield United versus Manchester United at beautiful downtown Bramall Lane on Saturday, 8 p.m. in the Premier League. Thanks for joining me for this preview. Last time out, United travelled to Fulham. Craven Cottage famously had a statue of Michael Jackson outside the ground. Fitting, therefore, that United put in a performance that was far from a thriller, although 𝗲𝗏𝗱𝗶𝗄 did provide us with one horror moment. Get well soon, Bash. It would be best described as bad, dangerous, and made me want to scream. This season could go down in history. The record low is 11 points because at the moment, Derby County, you are not alone. We just need to beat it. Don't stop till you get enough. Next up, it's Manchester United, a club subject to a takeover. The rumoured interested party is Sir Jim Ratcliffe. He's been nicknamed Dr. No after the movie which launched the James Bond saga back in 1962. Incidentally, the last time Sheffield United won a game. Now, let's look at team news. Sheffield United have started the task of finding a replacement for captain John Egan. 𝗂𝗏𝗂𝗂𝗏 expects the Irish defender to be out for most of the season. We'll have to see whether that's an optimistic 3, maybe more months. Time will tell. Terrible news for the club, terrible for the player himself. John Egan often seems to miss out on Manchester United. Midfielder Tom Davies is out for 4 months after tearing his quad during a shooting drill in training. The Liverpool-born player has opened up about his frustrations on social media. He said, "It's not been a great start to the season for myself, and I've unfortunately picked up another injury. It's been a really hard time for me, and I'm doing my best to find some peace with the situation. While this has happened, it's made me realise how much I need to pay attention to my mental health as well as my physical. Therefore, I'm doing a fundraiser for James Place UK by cutting off the golden locks. I hope you can support the charity as it's doing great things in the UK and is aiming to open 3 new centres in the next 3 years. This will help so many men who are in need of support," end quote. If you search Thomas Davies, Davies, James Place Charity on justgiving.com, you can support that way. Of course, this international break gave a few players a chance to get back. John Fleck, Rhian Brewster stepping up their match sharpness, although Fleck's minutes in the development squad against Reading was cut short. He got let's call it a questionable red card. George Baldock, could he be back in contention to play at the weekend? Max Lowe, ankle injury. Reece Norrington-Davies, how long has he been out? Ben Osborne, that groin injury. 𝗲𝗏𝗂𝗏𝗏, a muscular injury, but could be in contention, but doubtful, I would say, certainly for starting on Saturday. Now, we're going to talk about my lineup and formation. I'm going to put it here, and I use the FanHub app for this. If you'd also like to predict your lineups, you can join the FanHub community with the link in the description or using the code SHE-YC5. Do check out the link, though, in the description. Foderingham, I think that's a no-brainer. Bogle, Annell, Trusty, Jack Robinson, Luke Thomas. The midfield's interesting. Maybe Sousa, Hamer, McAtee, McBurney, Archer. You could see that, or you could see Sousa, Hamer, Norwood, McAtee, McBurney. It really will depend. Does Archer get the nod over McAtee or Norwood? Your first 11, perhaps even a formation change, is welcome in the comments, as always. This season, Sheff United Way is sponsored by Greene King Sports, where football is more than a game. It's a massive fortnight of sport with the Premier League, rugby and cricket all taking centre stage. To celebrate, Greene King is giving you 20% off drinks until the 29th of October, an hour before, during or after the sporting action. All you need to do is download the Greene King Sports app. If you've not downloaded it before, you'll even get a free welcome pint. So head to the App Store, download the Greene King Sports app, get 20% off your round, and don't miss a minute of the action. Manchester United, the opposition, already grappling with several injuries. Erik ten Hag's team may be without a few names that you'll be familiar with. Casemiro got an ankle injury during Brazil's match against Venezuela. Always the danger with the international break. Manchester United have a few question marks over Varane, Lisandro Martinez, Luke Shaw, Aaron Wan-Bissaka, and Malachi. Eriksen, maybe Hannibal and Scott McTominay, could they all be part of a midfield that was different against Brentford? McTominay could well get the start after his performance against Brentford from the bench, and of course his performance for his national side. Well done to Scotland qualifying. Manchester will likely play a 4-2-3-1. Onana, Dalot, Evans, Maguire, Lindelof, Amrabat, McTominay, Bruno Fernandes, Mount, Rashford, Højlund. Could look something like that or not. It's not my decision. The referee for this one, it's Michael Oliver, because of course it is, from Northumberland, the 38-year-old. Last season he took charge of 46 games, issuing 155 yellows. Only 2 reds, 1 a second yellow, but he did give 18 penalties. He last refereed Sheffield United's penalty shootout loss at Nottingham Forest in the playoffs, that the 17th of May 2022. He was the man in the middle for our Hawkeye ghost goal at the restart at Aston Villa. Here's an interesting side note. Daniel Cook will return to Premier League duty this weekend following his error in last month's fixture between Tottenham and Liverpool. Cook, of course, had to come back for 1 game, and yes, it's a Sheffield United game. He will be assistant referee for United against Manchester. Now, player connections in association with Indigo Resurrection Bar, the official pre-match bar of the Sheff United Way. Why not make it your establishment before home games? Mention our name, say Sheff United Way sent you. So players that have played for both: Harry Maguire, John Kofi, Alex Notman, terrible injuries for the poor lad, and Richie Delat, who played at the back. Who can you think of? Let me know in the comments below. Let's look at StatCat. This is thank you, as ever, to Statsman Adam. So he's been sharing with me that Palace, Saturday 3 p.m, Man City, Sunday 2 p.m, Lincoln was Wednesday, 7:45. Everton was Saturday, 12:30. Newcastle was Sunday, 4:30. Manchester United, Saturday, 8:30. For the first time in our history, Sheffield United have 6 consecutive home games kicking off at different times of the day. This is 6 unique times of the day. The run ends, of course, against Wolves, which will be Saturday, 3 p.m. But hey, StatCat, meow, that is pretty dull, but it's still a fact. Manchester United lead the Premier League in highest turnovers, 90. Sheffield United, the goal has faced 176 shots, making the second highest number in the first 8 matches of a campaign since the 2003 and 4 season. In contrast, Manchester United's Bruno Fernandes has registered the second highest number of shots and chances created. Good-looking man combined in the league, 47 for him. For more stats and great articles, head to sheffunitedway.com. Now, the Red Devils haven't lost in the league at Bramall Lane since the 15th of August 1992. You might remember that one, the first ever day of Premier League football when football was officially invented. I want to see some fight. Going to get to my score prediction now. I want to see some passion. Defend the Sheff United way. We know we can do it. We saw some pretty good performances before the 8-0. I think we can grab a goal in this one. I'm going to put my neck out. I'm going to say it 1-1. Let me know your score prediction in the comments. Please subscribe to the channel and please subscribe to our audio podcast. It's award-winning.